The people that are responsible are, of course, the owners, the board, and the board of directors. And, of course, we can sit here now just blaming them and cursing them if you're a Rangers fan. The real problem is not who do you blame after the event, what to do about stopping it happening. And that really is the key to this whole issue. It's all very well going on and on and on about who's to blame and who's responsible. But how do you stop it? Do we stick pins in effigies of the past owners? But that's not going to solve the problem.
David, do you think that HMRC gave the club too much slack early on? They should have got onto the case quicker.
Absolutely, and it's not just them. If you look at every club that goes into administration, I promise you, the vast majority of them, it will be that Her Majesty's tax actually gives too much slack to the clubs. And that's why they find themselves in such... And what they're doing, they're actually borrowing that money. They can't borrow money from the banks anymore, so they borrow money from the tax. By not paying their taxes, they then gamble with that in a player or paying too much wages, and then they find themselves in financial difficulties. We need greater governance by the controlling bodies.
David, do we also need greater responsibility from chairmen like yourself, a greater ability to say to managers and to say to fans, no, we can't buy this player. I know you'd love to, but we can't afford him. We can't afford the salary. We can't afford the signing on fee. We just can't do it.
Oh, sure. In a perfect world.
But that's not been happening, has it?
But it's not. Well, it's not happened for 150 years, so it's not going to change. You know, you are going to always have chairmen under pressure from fans in some instances, living the dream in other instances, unless you want to leave things as they are. If you want things to stay as they are and you're happy with things staying as they are, which means that every once in a while clubs will go into administration. I just don't think that's fair on fans. And I think the losers here, every time a club goes into administration, the losers are the fans, and that can't be right.
When you see clubs spending beyond their means, do you regard it as some sort of cheating?
It's cheating if, in my view, and it's only an opinion, I believe it's cheating if you borrow money that you genuinely can't afford. In other words, if you are borrowing the taxpayers' money, for example, you're borrowing from the from VAT, you're holding back your VAT. I believe that Rangers have got outstanding monies to tax and VAT for something like 75 million, I'm being told. But even if it's 50 million or 40 million or 30 million, it's too much, and it can't be right. And that is a form of cheating.